Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another reaction. I just watched the second episode of season two, which does not have a title, by the way. As of recording this, I'm watching it like right as the episode came out. It's listed as episode two on HBO. Like literally, like the link is like it doesn't have a name for the episode. I don't know whose job it was to update that or whatever, but no title, no official title for this episode, and it's not like a leaked episode or something like that. Like this, it comes out officially right now. So it's weird that there's no title. I've seen some people calling it "Sleep with One Eye Open." I don't know where they're getting that from. I also seen it called Brothers in Arms by some people, but I think they're just making those titles up. I don't. On HBO officially, and I just looked on Reddit too. There's no official title for this episode. It's really weird. Um, Maybe it's like that one song that's called like song number 2 or 3 or whatever off of. It's like an alt rock song or whatever. I don't know. But whatever. I don't know what this episode's called as of right now. I'll try to figure it out later. But it's the second episode of season two. Takes place right after they find out what happens to Aegon's son, Jaehaerys. They're obviously panicking. They're like, how the hell could this have happened? They're planning on using it against Rhaenyra, like it's a propaganda piece. Like obviously it hurts her image. People are gonna be like, "Whoa, you wanted to kill a kid," even though Rhaenyra wasn't at fault for it. And overall, I just have to say I didn't love this episode. I felt it was kind of like boring for lack of a better word, and I'm fine with slow paced stuff. Like you guys know me, I love The Wire, I love Mad Men, but I don't know, it didn't really feel like we're like it feels like we should be ramping stuff up here as the war escalates. And yes, we are ramping stuff up in the sense that like Kristen Cole is replacing Otto Hightower as Hand of the King. Damon's going to the Riverlands for Harrenhal. So like yes, like we're on a path for war. Like characters say that we're on a path for war, but we don't actually really feel it in this episode. The only really like climactic thing that happens is Sir Auric and Sir Eric, the twin Kingsguard, who each supported one different side. They kill each other. I don't think it happens like this in the books. I think they kill each other during like one of the battles or something. But regardless, I think it works fine. It was a clever plan to send him in there disguised as his twin. They even do the classic twin slash clone trope where it's like they get into a scuffle and no one's sure which one's Auric and which one's Eric. So classic trope there. That one's sad. Obviously they made that death very sad. I wish we had spent a little more time with these characters, because like I don't know I can't tell them apart. I mean that's the point, you can't tell them apart, but like it they don't even really develop them as characters really. I kind of wish if we're gonna kill them off and be really sad about it, we probably should have developed them a little bit more and given them some more individual character to be like, oh no, it's so sad that this happened. I also, there was a bunch of weird stuff in this episode. Otto Hightower losing his shit at Aegon killing the rat catchers, like from our perspective, it's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't kill all the rat catchers, just kill the guilty one or whatever. But I don't know, him like losing his shit like that, it kind of seemed like an overreaction. Like I get his point that it's kind of hurting their cause, but like I don't think. I mean, just based on what we've seen in Game of Thrones, I don't think killing like some small folk like this is really that big of a deal. Like, it's not gonna hurt your cause with the nobles. Like Rhaenyra killing a prince in his sleep and cutting off his head, that's obviously a very shocking thing. But him worrying about like the small folks are gonna hate us for this, it's like a little bit, sure, but like I think you're overstating things. I don't think it's that big. Not enough to justify him being like, you're a fucking idiot and I hate you and your dad was right about you. You're terrible. Like that stuff is true, but like I don't know. He could have done something way worse. Like I don't know, kill a whole bunch of people. He killed like 10 people. It's like think of like Joffrey. That's the kind of reaction I would expect for someone like Joffrey doing like all this crazy shit. Like Aegon is not coming off that unreasonable to justify this, in my perspective. Obviously, Otto being replaced, Kristen Cole. People hate Kristen Cole. Um, I don't know. The episode ends with him sleeping with Alicent again. They stopped their relationship at the beginning of the episode. Now they're picking it back up again. I don't really know how I feel about this romance. I think it's just there to give him something to do. Because in the books, Alicent I don't think really has a lot to do in the books. She like the friendship between Alicent and Rhaenyra is not from the books. Like they're not the same age. They're not close in the books. They've been giving Alicent more stuff to do by playing up their relationship and then giving her this relationship with Cole. Cole too also does not have that much to do in the books. I mean, he leads armies, but like there's not really any character growth for Cole. So I can understand why they're giving them this relationship, but it's just kind of like I don't care about it. We get a fight between Rhaenyra and Daemon. I thought the fight was pretty good. I actually liked some of the dialogue. She was like, she had a line where she's like, you sheathe darkness in your heart like a blade or something like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Like actual fantasy writing that felt like medieval fantasy writing, not just modern pop culture writing. So I liked that fight between them. I liked them airing this out. I don't like that. I'm scared that they're gonna whitewash Rhaenyra. They're gonna make her just the good one, and in fact, they really go out of their way to paint her like in this episode, like she had nothing to do with killing Jaehaerys. That's technically true, I think, in the books. Like it was Daemon's idea, but I don't know if I don't remember if Rhaenyra is like that, like broken up about it, like she is in this one. So I'm hoping that this is just the last kind of vestiges of niceness with her, and then we're gonna see her start to morally decline. But I'm kind of scared they're gonna just paint her to be like no, she was perfect, she did nothing wrong, she was never evil in any way, and it was all other people's fault for what happened. And I hope they don't go down that path because it's very much simplifying her character. But overall, like I said, not that great of an episode for me. I was kind of bored during a lot of it. I didn't think we were actually for being the immediate aftermath of what happened at the end of last episode. I was like, we could be ramping up the tension and the stakes a lot more than we are. I kind of wonder how long it's going to take for the war to break out. Like, is it going to be like the season finale where we finally start like armies fighting? And I could understand them wanting to take their time a little bit more. I don't know how long they're gonna make this show. I imagined that 3 seasons would be good, and like season 2 we're gonna start like the war. Honestly, probably should have started in my mind by now if we were gonna do 3 seasons. I think they're gonna do 4. And I think they're kind of slowing things down. Like I don't know how much of the war is really gonna break out till the end of the season, and then season 3 will kind of ramp stuff up. But I just feel from a pacing perspective, we need to kind of start to get the action going here a little bit more, because we've had by now like 4 episodes. Like if you count the end of season 1, we've had the end of season 1 and the beginning of season 2 here. We've had like 2 to 3 episodes of like war is coming, but it's still not here yet. So, and we've barely even seen any of the other houses. Like we saw Stark at the beginning of this season. We're not going to see him again for the rest of this season, but we've not seen the Lannisters. They call out the Tyrells, so maybe we'll start to see the Reach houses next episode here. We've barely seen the Baratheons. We've not seen the Greyjoys. They mentioned Dalton Greyjoy. I hope we get to see him soon here. But yeah, I would really like it if they ramped up the action and tension and started making the stakes a little bit higher here, because this episode kind of felt like a calm before the storm type thing, but too calm. Like we need a little more storm and a little less calm here, given that the crown prince, the heir to the throne on Aegon's side, just died. So overall, a little weak episode. I forgot to mention this last time, but I wanted to comment on the title sequence. So I was wondering going into this if they were going to change it up, and they did. It's instead of before where it was Viserys's little Warhammer figurines that he was making. This like toy set he was building. It's a tapestry, and we get like the fabric being wove through here. It's cool that they're changing it up. I like that they're doing something different each season, but the tapestry imagery is not really like bloody. Like you have some red thread here and there, but it's not really like promising violence, which I kind of thought that was what was going to happen. I mean, just based on what happened at the end, like in the first episode, you're like, okay, we're going to see a lot of violence coming out here, and I the title sequence doesn't really reflect that. It's more nice and pretty than like there was more blood in the first one, like the rivers of blood that were flowing through here. So again, I don't know if that's like a commentary on the level of violence and action we're gonna get this season, but regardless, we'll have to wait and see. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts about this episode, and stay tuned next week where we'll react to the next one. So talk to y'all soon.